Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer McRoy. Today I will be going over the organisms that I found. I found mine on the internet, just based them off of some of them that I have seen around where I live, some of my favorite organisms, and some that I just find fascinating. So, to begin, I separated my organisms into land and water habitats. The first one that I found was the bison. Most of the time you might hear this more as the buffalo, but this is actually a bison. It is found in North America, and it used to be all over the area, especially like at my grandparents. They lived on a farm, but it's no longer really in the area very much. The next one is a dairy cow. I know, or we can realize that this is a dairy cow because it has the black and white spots all over it. That is one way to identify a black and white cow. And for kids, that might be a fun fact or something that you can tell them about is, think about black and white milk. You got your chocolate milk and your white milk. So just something fun for kids to think of. And those are found on farms all over. Then I chose a chimpanzee because I love chimpanzees. A lot of times kids will just think, oh, there's a monkey, but this is actually a chimpanzee. It can be found in a zoo, and Western Africa are some of the main areas that you might find it, and I just love this picture. The organisms that I found for the water-based habitats are the catfish, and you can see that this is a catfish. You can tell your students that this is a catfish because of the whiskers that it has. And I actually found out, or I read, that the whiskers are sensory whiskers, and they're in the water, and they help the catfish feel around, and it's kind of like their fingers in a way. They use them as sensory things. They can be found also all over the world, but in fresh water such as lakes and ponds. The next one is a starfish. I have it upside down. There we go. This one is actually, the original name is a sea star. My husband told me about this. A fun fact, I actually got to touch a starfish one time when we were on our honeymoon. My husband teaches biology, and he told our instructor when we went deep sea diving that he, worked with all kinds of organisms, and asked if he could go down and pick one up, that he had found one. And the instructor said yes, since you have worked with them before. And then they started talking about fun facts. One of them was that if a starfish or a sea star loses one of its limbs, that it can actually grow back and start becoming a new starfish. So I thought that was really fascinating. So that was really cool. And that one can also be found in seawater, oceans, saltwater. And the last one I have here is a manatee, and I chose this one because I just think it's so cute. He's just so chubby and round, and I just love his little face. This is another fun name for this is a sea cow, which you can definitely see why it would be a sea cow, and you can help tell your kids that. And this can be found in Florida and saltwater, just all over saltwater. A way to help your students maybe break up into other groups for their organisms could be also depending on their age. You could base them off of carnivores and herbivores. For the carnivores, you could do the sea star, and you would remind them, that is the meat eater. And the catfish is a sea star, or excuse me, catfish is a meat eater or a carnivore. And then for the veggie eater, you have your manatee. Your chimpanzee, you may see them eating lots of fruit or plants and stuff when you're at the zoo. A dairy cow eats lots of grass and hay and wheat. And then your bison. So that could be something maybe if you have an older group of students that you needed to have them come up with some other ways to group the organisms. One other thing, and this could probably be for a lower base grade, would be basing them by fur. So you could do the bison, dairy cow, the chimpanzee. They have fur, and then these ones do not have fur, but they have skin, would be the manatee, the catfish, and the starfish. So I chose these. There's a lot of them in my area as far as the catfish and the dairy cows because I live in the foothills. And chimpanzees, I just love. I always wanted a chimpanzee when I was younger. Maybe one day I'll get one. I think the kids would enjoy that fun fact. And the manatee, I'm just fascinated by them. And the starfish, I think they're really fascinating, especially since I now know that they can regrow one of their limbs into a brand new starfish. So, thank you for watching, and I hope everybody has a great day.